We believe in what has been revealed to you and what has been revealed to us. Our God and your God is one, and to him we submit. Yet many Muslims today say something very different. Instead of affirming agreement with what has been revealed in the Bible, they accuse it of being corrupted and changed, that the God of the Bible is no God at all. In fact, numerous times the Qur'an spells out what it thinks has been revealed to the Christians and the Jews, calling the Torah and the Gospel a message that was sent down by God.
And if you read these verses carefully, you would understand that the Qur'an does not talk about the Bible whatsoever. What was revealed to you here simply refers to the original Torah and the Injil that was given to Moses and Jesus. It is not related to the modern day Bible that most Christians follow. The Qur'an consistently refers to the gospel of Jesus himself, not some accounts that was attributed to Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John decades later after Jesus' time. As for the Torah, it is the revelation that was given to Moses as well, not a collection of books that you see or you find today in the Old Testament. So what the Qur'an simply confirms here is the original message, the law, the divine guidance that was revealed in those scriptures prior to their alternation, distortion, and eventual disappearance.
If Muhammad has doubts, the Qur'an says that he should go and ask those who have been reading the scriptures revealed before him.
Believe it or not, this is the best or the favorite argument among Christians today. This is the best argument they try to use every single time, but they fail miserably. Now, if you read this verse in Arabic, we never had any problem understanding the context of it. But what the Christians do here is that they take the same verse, right? If you go to Qur'an.com, you will see between brackets, it would say these stories. If you're in doubt about these stories, i.e. the story of Moses, since this verse, the chapter, was talking about the story of Moses and how God saved him from Pharaoh. And if you go to the Bible, for example, for those people who read the scriptures, you will find the same story, and that checks out. If you go to Old Testament, you go to Book of Genesis, you will find the same stories. So God is confirming the story of Moses in the Quran. It does not mean that if you have any kind of questions, you should go and ask the Jews and the Christians. No Muslim ever understood this verse that way until these Christians came and started reading the Quran like they read the scriptures. We have a global understanding when it comes to the Quran and what does every single verse mean in the Quran. But when these Christians come, they know 2-3 words in Arabic, right? And they read the whole thing in English, know nothing about the context, and they just understand it the way they want to. I don't think that's our problem as Muslims. I don't think that the Quran has a problem. I think that's you who's having a problem. If that makes sense.
Muhammad should have confidence because in the very same section that says that the previous scriptures were revealed, it also says that no one can alter God's words.
And talking about how Christians always want to understand the Quran the way they want to, this is one of their other favorite shubha, if you want. First, they will always interpret the phrase God's words as if it refers to the past revelations, namely the Torah and the Gospel. Then they claim a contradiction. If the Quran states that these early scriptures were altered, how can it also says none can change the word of God? Here's a clarification. The phrase God's words simply does not refer to the previous revelation. It's not the Torah and it's not the Injil. It's not the scriptures at all. The phrase God's words here has always been understood both classically by the early Muslims and linguistically as referring to the God's promise and God's decree. In fact, the Quran repeatedly says that the people of the book, people of the past scriptures, repeatedly altered their scriptures. So of course, again, if you understand the Quran the way you want to, you will find contradictions everywhere, okay? But that's not how it works for us. And that's why we have the Quran today, the only revelation that God explicitly said in the Quran that it will be preserved for the rest of life. And 1400 years later, the Quran is still there. Not even one word has been changed.
But this brings me back to chapter 5, verse 46 and 47 of the Quran. In order to take this passage seriously, a passage that addresses me personally as a person of the gospel, a Christian, I run into a problem. If I judge the Quran by the gospel, which I am commanded to do in order to not be one of the defiantly disobedient, I find that the Quran misunderstands, lacks comprehension.
So here we see Wes trying to be clever one more time. I don't know if he's new to all this. Maybe he's ignorant. Maybe he's lying on purpose, because we see he quoted Quran chapter 5 verses 46 and 47. But my question is that why did he not quote one more verse after that, verse 48, what it says, "We have revealed to you, O Prophet, this book with the truth, meaning the Qur'an, as confirmation of previous scriptures. Again, not the Bible. It's talking about the revelation, the original revelation that was given to the prophets, Moses and Jesus, and supreme authority on them. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed and do not follow their desires over the truth that has come to you. Now, with all that being said, and to conclude, the Quran has the ultimate, supreme authority on all existing scriptures, whether that is Christian scriptures, Jewish scriptures, some cow worshipping scriptures, I don't know, Tom Cruise Scientology scriptures. The Quran will always be there to correct, refute, and put you back at your place. Back then, today, and for the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. So you better show some respect for your Muslim masters.